Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Financial Prepper and I'm Stacey. Today is May the 1st, 2025, about 6 p.m. Central Time, and I cannot believe the month of April has already gone by. It has just gone by in a blur with everything seeming to happening so much lately, every single day, that you can't even hardly keep up with it. But I have not been on here lately, so I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys about the prices for gold and silver throughout the month of April. A lot of times you guys will call and say, hey, what are the trends? What are prices been in the past? Where are they going in the future? So maybe this will help you. Just the month of April we're going to look at. And then we're going to tell you what spot price is today. We're going to tell you a great comment that Trump made regarding gold, what's happening to his social media company, and just a few interesting articles regarding China, the tariffs, the imports, and different things like that. And Bloomberg, don't forget that. We have them also. Some of the economic calendar that's coming out tomorrow, which seems to be on Friday. It always affects gold and silver prices. I always watch it because it's going to affect over the weekend what it's going to close at. So I always have my eye on that. Let's start with silver, you guys, for the month of April. So the month of April, we really hovered around the $32 mark. It didn't really bump a whole lot. If you look back on here, let's start on April the 1st. We started around $33. There were only 2 days that it went below 30, and that was April the 4th and April the 9th, which interesting, gold also took a dip on April the 8th, which we'll talk about that in a minute. But so it hovered around the $31, $32 mark. It stayed around 32 for days and days, finally hopped above the 33 mark, stayed there for a few days, came back down to 32, and that's where we pretty much ended the month. We ended the month about $32.60, give or take. Now, if you go to today, we are right now at $32.56. So there's not been a huge fluctuation on that. We've had no like great spikes, great big dips. So we're averaging about the same, give or take, a buck, a few cents, something like that. Which a buck does add up if you're buying in large quantities, so I get that. And then let's go to gold. Gold, same thing. Let's see, we started out April the 1st around $3,125. If you notice, it stayed around the $3,000 mark. It did go below $3,000, I believe, one time. I'm sorry, it wasn't April the 8th, it was April the 7th. My dates were off. But it went just below it, $2,994. So it didn't go below it much. Bumped back up, and then it started climbing. And then it went to 33, and it stayed over 33 for you guys can count the dates. I can even provide these links if you guys would like to see what I look at to kind of compare. And then, of course, it went back down below, just as the month ended, it went below 33. That's where we closed out the month at 3,275. Then if you jump over here to what we are today, we're 3,245. So we're about the same today. It hasn't changed much. So the gold has obviously, when it fluctuates, it does a lot more because the price is more expensive. So you're not just going to be a couple cents or a dollar. You're going to be 10, 20, $100, something like that. But that might help you just a little bit when you're looking at pricing and trying to figure out if this is a good buy, is it gone up or down from the last month or the last week, and so that might help you a little bit. But interesting, Trump made a really great statement. Let's see if I can find it here. He said, and this is on his social media, his Truth Social, he quotes, and this was April the 20th, 2025, so this was just a few days ago. He says, quote, "The golden rule of negotiating and success is he who has the gold makes the rules. Thank you." You guys, there you go. And do we not hear rumors that the United States is trying to accumulate gold? So might be just something to think about. Speaking of his social media company, I don't know if you guys saw this, but yesterday, after their meeting, they decided that they were going to move from Delaware, the company, to, guess what, the state of Florida. So they are going to be moving, effective yesterday, they made the announcement today, May the 1st, 2025, that they are going to be moving, reincorporating from the state of Delaware to the state of Florida, effective April the 30th, yesterday, after a Trump media shareholders meeting approved a proposal to do so. I think that's awesome. Go. I am on the Trump Media and Technology on their Truth platform. And I try to get on there as often as I can, but I have not been on there probably as much as I can. The mission of the Trump media, as you all go, is to end the big tech assault on free speech. So the Truth Social, that's it. I screw up the name sometimes, so you guys just bear with me. Chris laughs at me and he says, "Don't tell a joke because you will ruin the punchline." So sometimes I get the words twisted up. But going on to Trump, also, He is releasing his 2026 budget tomorrow. You guys, he's obviously, it's his budget. It has to get passed and approved. But this is going to kind of see where he stands on certain issues, which will affect the market, you guys. So just be prepared, see where it takes us, and I will be watching that. Speaking of the market and all that, they are saying Chinese imports to U.S. is dropping sharply amid tariffs. They said, and this is quote, let's see, find the dates here. They said from last time, here it is. By mid-April, bookings for standard shipping containers from China to the United States were 40% lower than a year earlier. So if you're looking that you're going to get something from China that you've got ordered, good luck. It might not be arriving anytime soon. But you guys, we've been saying this. We said if tariffs come, we're not saying they're a bad thing, but the initial response to tariffs, it's going to be a little tough. You're not going to be able to get some items that you want. If they start doing businesses here in the United States, those businesses aren't going to open overnight. Matter of fact, as my husband is working with some companies now, they're trying to get some stuff up. He is welding his rear end off, trying to get skids done, trying to get the stuff that they need to get this stuff up and operational. So it just doesn't happen overnight. Trust us, we know because we work with it. So that's some stuff that's interesting. Also, speaking of what's happening tomorrow, guys, as you know, I follow the Bloomberg calendar. We have the average hourly earnings tomorrow, and then we also have the non-farm payrolls tomorrow. So that might have some effect on the market and also the gold and silver prices. I will be paying attention to that just to see, how it does affect the market and different things like that. And one interesting note before I go, this has nothing to do with anything of gold and silver, but today, I believe it was today, get back up here to my date, but I believe today was the anniversary. Yes, on this day in history, May 1st, 1931, the Empire State Building opened during the Great Depression. It only took 410 days to build a 102-story. Have you guys ever been there? I've been there. It's absolutely beautiful. I've also been to the Sears Tower also. And when you get to go to those buildings and you see all the work that was put into it, and they didn't have the technology that we have nowadays, it's just really fascinating. And those guys stood on those beams, and from what I can tell in the photos, they had no harness, they had no safety net, so that was pretty amazing. But anyway, it still sits there in New York City. If you ever get a chance to go. I've been there, and I would highly recommend. It's just a piece of history that it's just our piece of history. But anyway, that's all you guys today. I will be emailing my price list out later on this afternoon. If you are interested in getting a premium price list, you can email me or text me. My email will be in the description, but my phone number is 318-564-5823. Text me your name, your email. You don't even have to give me your name. Just give me your email. I'll put you on the email list. I don't spam you. I don't sell your email, and it's pretty simple. And I will tell you real quick, just before we go, because this is some confusion. When you get this premium price list, some of the specials are going to say over spot. Some of them are going to say over melt. When it says over spot, that means it's an ounce. If it says over melt, that means it's less than an ounce. So if it says over melt, that means if you melt that down, it is supposed to be a fourth, a tenth of an ounce. So that's the confusion. Sometimes you guys will call and say, hey, what does that mean? So that's what that definition means. It should just say over spot, but it doesn't because we have to be technically correct. But anyway, you guys have an amazing day. As Chris would say, have an awesome, awesome day. Hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.